I know right now there is a beef between Sneako and Destiny. This video has nothing to do with it. I'm not on the side of Destiny, neither am I on the side of Sneako. The main reason we're here is to make an analysis on Sneako based on certain events. Our knowledge is limited, so nothing is 100%. I've been following Sneako since 2018, so I've seen him evolve. Keep that in mind as you watch this video. We'll go through some details together, and you can validate or invalidate my reasoning. The main focus of our attention will be Zina. She made a bunch of tweets to, in her words, defend what's left of her reputation. For this video, I'm going to go through a series of her tweets and messages, and then I'll give you my take on Sneako and the whole situation in general. The only reason I'm making this video is because I saw a tweet from her and it touched my soul. I don't know much about empaths, but for a moment I could feel all her emotions. Yeah, that's why I made this video. I made it because I'm hot. It all started with me scrolling on Twitter, or maybe I should say X, and then I saw a quote tweet that said, "the most annoying person ever," to something that Sneako tweeted. I got curious and checked the replies to the tweet, and boom, Zina, an ex-girlfriend of Sneako, posted messages of him asking her to buy him drugs. This is spicy. Alright, all jokes aside, I was kind of intrigued and somewhat disappointed. So I checked the page of the Zina girl to hear her story. The first thing that greeted me on her page was her pinned tweet. Lying on men or women in general is sick and disgusting. Lying to destroy someone's character isn't okay in any circumstances. Immediately I liked what I saw, but people lie. So I scrolled down her page to see how the drama all started. This was her first post on this. "Thanks to Destiny and everyone and the antics of Cloud. Chasing drama, using my name and exploiting my unrecruited feelings as some weapon of mass destruction against my friend. I may have just lost the bestest friend I ever had in a long time, who only was here for me to help me positively change my life and do better. Nothing more. I have never once spoken up about anything because I honestly don't want to feed into anything or cause any problems for people I care about. But I'm just so fed up with getting blasted and treated like I'm not human, and I don't have feelings of my own, making jokes about how I'm going to end myself, etc." Bro, I'm telling you, this girl just keeps winning my heart. In her next tweet, she says, "I created both these servers and designed the layouts. Still have the email set up too. So was Destiny wrong, or are you admitting you're a liar?" There's a video of Sneako admitting to this.
You build your empire, how so?
Yeah, I have a couple girlfriends right now. I know it's Haram, but one of them runs my Discord server, and she's on top of things. When I was getting a lot of drama, she was there, and she was able to take care of it and make sure that it was running properly.
And here is a screenshot of him asking her to transfer the ownership to him. I might be wrong, but this is clearly a girl of his, and she seemed to do important things for him. So why does he keep denying her? Why does he not just accept that this girl was his, and things just didn't turn out well? Well, maybe he's just trying to defend his public image from attacks. Or maybe she really wasn't his girl. And it's funny, but I think what actually got her to make these tweets was him allegedly lying about the kind of relationship they had. She pretty much said it here. The point here isn't about selling the dream. I get that. But it's the fact he was claiming he never lied or manipulated any women in a previous stream. And then last night he says he was never in a relationship. Or he said he was. His stories aren't making sense. I'm not siding with Destiny or anyone, but the truth he likes to preach so much about. You can tell she's hot. She doesn't want to be looked at as crazy for believing she was in a relationship when in reality she wasn't. She went on to post proof of him referring to her as his girlfriend in their private conversations, with him saying, "I shouted you out first for my girlfriends that helped me." To which she said, "I don't even know what to say, but I'm always here to help you, and I don't need public validation. Your attention is enough for me. You're not my BF, you're my king." Ooh, touching. I guess all these things wouldn't have come out if Sneako took responsibility for his actions. By denying her, he forced her to defend herself. Now he's gonna deal with whatever it entails. It's fair. She made a long tweet apologizing for her recent expose. Yeah, I know it's too long. That's why I anointed myself as the oracle of this story. It's the only way I can give you a quick summary. First, she apologized for previous posts that exposed her private conversations with Sneako, claiming she did so as not to be called a liar about the relationship with him. Basically, she doesn't want to be thrown under the bus. She understands that their relationship had to end after he found out she had an OF past. He can't talk down on OF girls and then date one. All she wants is for him to acknowledge their history instead of brushing it aside like it was non-existent. She said, "I could truly share things about you and your character, But unfortunately, I care enough about you and all our mutual friends to not do that. You are definitely not sober or pure. You recently just had sex with Miss Political Scientist as well. Did you marry this non-vaccinated virgin? No, stop the bullshit. I'm not exposing anything, but speaking on my own behalf. When someone is clearly talking in ways to make me seem stupid or delusional. It's okay, you sold me a dream, but be honest about that shit. You say you are all about the truth, but only lies have come out of your mouth. You vaccinated as fuck too. You can tell this came from the heart. I could be wrong, but personally I think she's just saying her piece. She's been holding it in for some time. I truly had genuine love for him, and that hasn't gone away. That's why I won't say bad stuff. I don't have it in me. May Allah heal me. This is women. They throw a stone and hide your hand. She just said bad things about him, but now she claims she loves him and doesn't want to expose him. To her credit, she hasn't gone on stream with Destiny or whoever to do an expose or something. But she's a smart girl. The way she has gone about all this deals critical damage to Sneako. Most of Sneako's fans are men, and it comes natural to men to want to protect a vulnerable woman. Unless you're just an incel that hates women, then, maybe he has done more heinous things than drugs, threesomes, and alcohol. But I believe if he did, she would have exposed it. Maybe she's telling the truth and she doesn't want to expose him. But I promise you, she knows what she's doing. So far, I like her. She has the right to defend herself from mockery and denial. Let's assume everything she said is true, which might be the case given the receipts she has. If everything she says is true, then Sneako is just a bitch. Listen, I really like the guy, and that's why I would say he's a bitch. I don't know him personally, and I have nothing against him. But calling out bad behavior is an obligation we owe each other as men. You don't treat someone that did their best for you in that way, regardless of their history. Don't get me wrong, she has her faults. I believe she should have been truthful about her past. Talk about selling her a dream. She sold him a dream too. She pretended to be a girl with a clean past, knowing fully well that if he knew of her past, he wouldn't be as interested. So we have two wrongs here, but because I'm a man, I will focus on Sneako. Firstly, Sneako, you can't turn your entire brand into the haram police and then do those things yourself. You are better off speaking against degeneracy without projecting perfection. You should learn that from the dates. Secondly, how do you live with yourself, knowing you've treated people that cared with such disdain? Public stunt or not, some memories you should never dishonor. It's okay to part ways, but do so acknowledging its existence for what it was. You've parted ways, but its history remains the same. So is Sneako a fraud? Yes, in many ways he is. Remember when he had a whole war on gambling? He labeled every influencer that promoted gambling as degenerate and evil. But when he got an offer of maybe 20k or so, he started to reevaluate his stance on gambling, which means he never had any convictions in the first place. Basically, he just didn't have any gambling contracts. He saw a way to make himself look good and took it. Given his history, who is to say he's not doing the same thing now? I think he's a guy that has an innate need to rebel. It doesn't matter what it is, he just wants a rebellion. If I'm being honest, people like him are dangerous to have in a group. They turn on you for the sake of it. No true convictions, so they are tethered to the extremes. Extremes in which they themselves falter. Okay, that was harsh. I didn't mean it to be, but I did it anyways because I like him. If you ever see this video, Sneako, which I doubt you will, just keep in mind that this is coming from someone that actually likes you. I have no hate in my heart for you, and I hope it helps you reflect on yourself. Now, this analysis of his character has nothing to do with his message. I like his message. He says a lot of good things. I feel kind of bad for analyzing another man's character like this. Yeah, I hope I don't do this again. Keep in mind, Sneako is still very young, so he has a lot of time to make up for his mistakes, whatever they are. The most important lesson from this is treat people with respect. When you hold yourself to a certain standard, it becomes easy to retain the loyalty and respect of those that get close to you. Going through life, caring only about yourself, would burn bridges. Burn enough bridges and eventually you will be plunged into the ocean. Things didn't have to end bitter between them. They could have ended on good terms, and God knows what they could have done for each other in the future. Always remember, life is about people.
I don't lie with words that leave my lips. I'm telling you, don't kiss the slips. I've seen the work it does and I assure you it's exquisite. If you're stressing, I advise you bring your flowers down and smell it. Don't you worry, these are cool.